Hello friends. Today the topic of our discussion is the Chief Minister. In our discussion on the Chief Minister, we will be highlighting on the appointment, tenure, powers and functions of the Chief Minister, and above all the position that the Chief Minister enjoys in a state administration. It is the British Constitution which has inspired India to adopt a parliamentary system of government. Following the norms of the parliamentary system, the Indian Federation has granted most of its powers to the Council of Ministers. The leader of the Council of Ministers at the union level is the Prime Minister, while for the state it is the Chief Minister. So both the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister happen to be the real executive of the union and the state administration respectively. Now let us see how a Chief Minister is appointed in a state. The Constitution of India has not mentioned much about the appointment of the Chief Minister. Article 164 of the Indian Constitution says that the Chief Minister shall be appointed by the Governor. But it says nothing so far as a qualification of the Chief Minister is concerned. It is required that the Governor should invite someone to form the government in the state, provided he commands a majority behind him. Generally, the Governor invites the leader of the political party having a majority in the state legislature and appoint him as the Chief Minister of the state. But problem arises once no political party secures a majority in the state legislature. In fact, there are several situational dimensions which can be cited so far as the powers of the Governor is concerned with regard to the appointment of the Chief Minister. Let us examine these situations. First of all, if the coalition of political parties together manages to secure a majority in the state legislature, and if they places before the Governor the name of a chosen common leader to be appointed as the Chief Minister, then the Governor cannot dishonor such a name. Secondly, if the Governor feels that there are no prospects of the political parties in the state legislature coming together to form the government, he will wait for some time and give an opportunity to the political parties so that the formation of the government in the state becomes a possibility. In such a respect, the Governor may recommend to the President for the imposition of half-state emergency. But such an action on the part of the Governor may give rise to serious political controversy, and it may be disliked by a number of political parties existing in the state legislature. One such incident had occurred in Uttar Pradesh when the action of the Governor was highly criticized in the year 1970, when particularly after the dismissal of the Charan Singh's ministry. Thirdly, before inviting someone to form his ministry, the Governor may find himself in a position to at least have his own judgment of the situation. In order to do that, he may seek advice from the Advocate General of the state. Finally, the Governor may be placed into a typical position caused due to either the death of the Chief Minister or the resignation tendered by the Chief Minister, thereby raising the issue of succession. In such a situation, if a single majority party exists, then the Governor may not find it difficult to choose its leader as the successor. But problem arises if a number of ambitious leaders are in the race. And in such a case, the Governor is expected to wait and watch the situation and then invite the leader of the majority party to form the government in the state, provided that the leadership controversy is well settled. Now let us see the tenure of the Chief Minister. Under Article 172 of the Indian Constitution, the state legislature, the life of the state legislature is for 5 years. Naturally, it implies that the Chief Minister will also have a usual term of 5 years. But in between, the Chief Minister may either, before his normal term of expiry, can either give his resignation or he may be removed from his office by the governor if the governor feels that the Chief Minister has lost its majority support from behind him. Now let us see the powers and functions of the Chief Minister. The details of the powers and functions of the Chief Minister has not been mentioned in the Constitution of India. To have a clear idea about it, it is essential for us to examine the relation which the Chief Minister shares with that of the Governor, with the Council of Ministers, with the state legislature, with the political party, and above all with the people of the state. Let us first take up the first relationship, that is, the relationship between the Chief Minister and the Governor of a state. The Chief Minister is the chief advisor of the Governor. Article 163, Section 1 of the Indian Constitution says that there shall be a Council of Ministers headed by the Chief Minister to aid and advise the Governor. Though the government in the state administration is carried out in the name of the Governor, but it is the Chief Minister and his Council of Ministers who administers the state. So, he is the constitutional head of the state, the governor is a constitutional head of the state, while the Chief Minister is a real executive of the state administration. The Chief Minister advises the governor on matters related with the appointment of the ministers, with the changes in the portfolio, and even with regard to the dismissal of a particular minister from the government. In fact, the relationship between the Chief Minister and the Governor to a great extent depends on the interpersonal equation of the both personalities, their mutual understanding and cooperation. The Chief Minister is a link of communication between the Council of Ministers on the one hand and the Governor on the other. The Chief Minister is required to furnish all the informations related with the day-to-day administration of the state to the Governor, and he is also required to place before the Governor the proposals for legislation and informed him about them. Now let us see the relation between the Chief Minister and his Council of Ministers. Traditionally, the position of the Chief Minister within the Council of Ministers can be described as prima inter pares or first among equals. But in reality, the Chief Minister happened to be the leader of the cabinet. He occupies the topmost position of the Council of Ministers. He is responsible for the appointment of the other ministers. In forming his Council of Ministers, the Chief Minister consider the different groups, if any, existing within the political party and their interest, and at the same time to see that the ministers are appointed from different regions of the state. In a coalition, the Chief Minister is expected to discuss with the leaders of his allied forces with regard to the appointment of the ministers, with regard to the distribution of the portfolios, and also with regard to the jurisdiction of the ministries and so on. Like the union government, there are three categories of ministers existing in the state administration, and they are namely the cabinet ministers, the ministers of state, and the deputy ministers. It is the Chief Minister who determines not only the number of ministers to be appointed in each category, but it is the responsibility of the chief ministers to see that they are appointed, that who would be given which ministry. In other words, it implies that the chief minister is likely to see who would be the best eligible person for which ministry. The chief minister presides over the meetings of the Council of Ministers and sees that the principle of collective responsibility is well maintained. Accordingly, the chief minister may advise certain minister to either give his resignation, or he may even advise the governor to remove a particular minister, provided that the minister differs from the decision that had been taken or accepted in the cabinet meeting. The chief minister convenes the cabinet meeting and acts as a chairman of that meeting. He frames the working policies and programs of the meeting. The chief minister, above all, supervises the working of different ministries. In case there is a conflict or a deadlock situation amongst two or more ministries concerned, then it is a responsibility of the chief minister to resolve it. Now let us examine the relationship between the chief minister and the state legislature. The chief minister is also regarded as a leader of the state legislature, simply because of the fact that he happened to be the leader of the political party having a majority in the state legislature. The working list of the state legislature is controlled by the chief minister. Through the governor, it is the chief minister who summons and prorogues the session of the House. The chief minister may tender his resignation at any point of time and may advise the governor to dissolve the House, thereby placing the state under the president's rule, or to summon such and such person to form an alternative ministry. However, it is up to the governor to see that such advice to be accepted or to be rejected. The chief minister leads the government bench. He is the leader of the government bench. The chief minister is not only the chief of the government, but at the same time he is a leader of the political party. So it is expected to retain a balance between his dual roles. As a leader of the state legislature, it is a responsibility of the chief minister to preserve the dignity of the House. He is the sole channel of communication between his ministers and the legislature. All the bills, resolutions that are presented before the state legislature requires the prior approval of the chief minister. The chief minister directs the other ministers what they are supposed to speak in the state legislature. When there is much criticisms from the opposition bench against the government bench, then it is the chief minister who is expected to hold on to the floor and face the onslaught of the opposition, thereby saving his government from being heckled or being defeated in the floor of the House. The chief minister is an important link between the government bench and the opposition parties. So, the chief minister is required to develop a cordial relationship between the opposition leaders. He actually preferred to keep in touch with the leaders of the opposition bench and finds themselves in a suitable position so that he is able to pass the resolutions in the state legislature much more smoothly. Now let us see the relationship between the chief minister as a leader of a political party. The chief minister is also a leader of a particular political party. So he is also a party man. The party provides support to the chief minister both within and outside the assembly, and in return the party expects from him eligible and responsible leadership. The party also expects from the Chief Minister to execute the promises made before the election through the governmental initiative. It is on the personality and the efficiency of the Chief Minister upon which the political power and the popularity of the party depends to a great extent. As a leader of a political party, it is the responsibility of the Chief Minister to maintain the party discipline, and accordingly the Chief Minister may issue whips and see that their orders are carried out invariably. One of the major functions of the Chief Minister is to see that his party is able to retain the majority in the state legislature. So, he is required to play a crucial role both within and outside the political party in the state legislature. Strong personality and efficiency of the Chief Minister help to develop a favorable image of the party. In fact, the confidence of the people upon the state government to a great extent depends on the success and the failure of the Chief Minister. Now let us see the relation which the Chief Minister shares with the people of the state. The Chief Minister is an elected member of the state legislature, so he is accountable to the people of the state. In fact, he is the leader of the masses. The power and dignity of the Chief Minister to a great extent depended on the confidence of the people. The state government for an ordinary man actually implies the Chief Minister. So all the aspirations, dreams, desires of the people revolved around the Chief Minister. So it is the responsibility of the Chief Minister to understand the pulses of the masses, to realize the public opinion, and at the same time to control them if situation so demands. It must also be taken note of that the public speeches, public comments, public statements delivered by the Chief Minister is liable to create immense influence and reactions amongst the masses. So, the Chief Minister to a certain extent is required to act more responsibly and sensibly while making such public comments. Now, let us see the position that the Chief Minister enjoys in the state administration. The real powers and position of the Chief Minister depends on a number of issues, which for our convenience can be discussed in the following manner. First of all, the role of the Chief Minister depends on the party having a majority in the assembly. If the assured support of the political party is behind the Chief Minister, then it is expected that the Chief Minister is likely to perform much better. But if there are existence of different groups within a political party, then the Chief Minister might find it difficult in tackling the situation. Secondly, the relation the Chief Minister shared with the Governor is an important issue so far as the position of the Chief Minister is concerned. If the Governor plays a mere constitutional role, then the Chief Minister finds it no difficulty in carrying out his administrative job. Problem arises if the interpersonal relationship between the Governor and the Chief Minister happen to be more conflicting or competitive in nature. Then, perhaps the Chief Minister may not be able to exercise his functions smoothly. Thirdly, if a close associate of the Prime Minister is appointed as the Chief Minister of the state, then there is likely to create a situation in which the local party unit having a contradiction with the party existing at the center. Moreover, such a person who had been appointed as the Chief Minister may not have his personal hold and influence over the local units. Fourthly, the position of the Chief Minister to a great extent depends on the individual personality, efficiency, experience and other such related qualities of the chairholder. Finally, we can say that the coalition government, the position of the chief minister seems to be very vulnerable. In fact, chief minister in a coalition government is virtually a prisoner of circumstances. He holds the office at the pleasure of the parties constituting his coalition. He is under constant fear that any partner of his coalition might get out of the coalition government and withdraw the support. So to conclude, we can say that the chief minister stands at the very base of the administrative system of the state. Unfortunately, the position of the chief minister is not developed on the traditional norms of the parliamentary democracy in India. The reason perhaps may be well hidden in the very nature of the political and federal system of India. However, it is desirable to develop the role of the chief minister as an unchallenged leader for the smooth functioning of the party, for the smooth functioning of the government in the state administration, but at the same time to see that he works within the democratic framework of the state administration.